Hello guys, it's your DJ Shindig1 here, back at it again with another video. In today's video, I'm going to do, I'm going to go over card text in Magic. I'm going to go over card text, and I'm going to go over some different card types. So, with card text, I showed you this before with the card text, that the card text tells you what the creature does. So in case with this card called Wild Wanderer, its card text is when this card enters the battlefield, I search my library for a basic land card and then shuffle my library. That's this ability, that's this text right here. Now this text down here, this is called flavor text, which is just maybe something of, where the card came about or something like that. But that's your card text, and I'll show you again the mana. And this has 3 colorless mana, which looks like colorless mana symbol looks like that. See that there? That's the colorless mana symbol. It kind of looks like a diamond, like you would see in regular playing cards and stuff like that. That's what colorless mana looks like. So that's what that is right there. And this one, it takes 3 colorless mana, and then you have to have 1 green mana. So, and that's with any card. It has, most of the time, actually, you know what, I've never even seen a card, and how many cards I have, which I have lots of them. This whole tray is filled with them, which is probably over 100, or even more than that, and then I have other decks on top of it. So I have plenty of cards. But, I don't know where I wanted to go with that. Okay, well, anyways. So that's what I wanted to show with this Slaughter Drone. Slaughter Drones are a 2/2, and if I pay 1 colorless mana, which, by the way, you cannot pay with any mana type, with any mana. So I can't use, see, I don't have a mana here on type, here we go. So if I use this, I can't use this to pay for this colorless mana. This colorless mana can't be used by a forest, an island, a swamp, or whatever kind of card mana. You have to have a card that produces colorless mana, which I do have a couple of cards. I don't have them out right now. Probably show them in the next video, not unless I can remember where. Where did I put that? Colorless mana in a deck. I don't remember where it is. But anyways, so that colorless mana, it's just going to say, it's going to have that little tap symbol that I did in the last video. It's going to have that little tap symbol, and then it's going to be 4 colorless mana. The picture to represent colorless mana. And with any card that has a multiple type of land on it, it will say it taps for this land. So, on with the card types. In the card types, we have Delirium. I'm pretty sure that's how you pronounce that. I'm pretty sure it's called Delirium. Now, Delirium, the reason I normally don't use cards with Delirium is because it starts out normally with this card. The card text is Hound of Farbogs has Menace as long as there are 4 or more card types among your graveyard. So that 4 card types is your creature, a land, a sorcery, an instant, an artifact. I think you have like 8 different card types, but they want 4 of them in order for this creature, this Hound of Farbogs, to get its Menace. Now, Menace I'll explain in another card, which actually is going to be, oh jeez, I'm dropping cards! I'm dropping cards! Alright, so this card right here. Put these over here. This is Cursed Monitar, and it has Menace. Now, Menace, it says on it, this creature can't be blocked except by 2 or more creatures. Now, when you're attacking, a person can choose to block with 2 creatures, but that doesn't mean they're always going to do that. You know, if they have a 5/5 and you have a 2/2 that you're attacking with, obviously they're just going to use the 5/5 and not have to use another like 2/3 card or whatever. You know, they're not going to do that. But since this card has what's called Menace on it, it means that they have to block it with 2 creatures. Even if 1 creature is going to kill it, they have to block it with 2. So that's what Menace is. It makes it a little bit hard on the defending side of this card. Alright, so in the next one we have what is called Haste. This also has what's called Renown. But Haste means... Now, backtrack a little bit here. When I did my first video, I did you a video, I told you about Summoning Sickness. All creatures have Summoning Sickness. Now what Haste does, Haste takes care of Summoning Sickness. It comes in and it can attack right away. Even some creatures with Haste say they have to attack each turn if able. Now I don't know if all those creatures have Haste. There's so many cards in Magic. You can compare it to Yu-Gi-Oh! And Pokemon. There's just so many cards in there that you can say that any kind of thing that you want in that card game is going to be in there because there's so many card types. Now, so that's what Haste is. Haste means that you can attack that turn with that card. There are even enchantments, or I think there's maybe even artifacts that say that all your creatures have Haste. I actually have a legendary creature that gives all creatures Haste. So they come into the battlefield, they can attack right away. That's amazing. So, Renown says, whenever this creature deals combat damage to a player, if it isn't renowned, put a 1/1 counter on it and it becomes renowned. So when you attack, when you're blocking, when you block with this creature, that means you can renown it and make it, instead right now it's a 3/2, renowing it would make it a 4/3, which is a little bit better and has a little bit more chances of survival during the attack. But, you know, if they're attacking with a 5/5 or 4/4, 3/3, that creature's gonna die along with the other one if it's a 3/3. So that's what Haste and Renown are. Next we have LifeLink and Embalm. LifeLink means this creature doesn't tap when it attacks. So it attacks someone, say if it survives the attack, it won't tap if it were attacking. So normally when you attack with a creature, you have to tap it, and then, the fight resolves, all that stuff, it stays tapped until your next turn. So with this creature, it doesn't tap, it keeps going. This kind of a card, since it is a 1/1, would be better to do what's called chump blocking, and that's using small creatures to defend the big ones, as long as they don't have what's called trample. I'll talk about that one in a little bit. So, and then the next one is Embalm. Embalm says, if you pay 1 white mana, which is this little star, or a sun, I guess, I don't know why it's plains, why it's called plains. But to Embalm you pay 1 white mana. So if I pay the Embalm cost and exile this card from your graveyard, it creates a token that is a copy of this creature. So embalming this actually creates a white zombie cat token with no mana cost, obviously, because tokens don't have mana cost. They come out through other cards. I have a card that brings out what's called a clue card. a clue token. But this creature brings out a white zombie cat, which I don't know if I have that out on hand right now. Actually, no, right here. I can find it in here. I have it here. Here we go. This is what embalming, what this card would turn into if I embalmed it. It would turn into this. Now this is your Sacred Cat zombie token creature, which is a 1/1 creature with lifelink. So it's basically the same thing as this, except it doesn't have the embalm on it, and a zombie creature. So that's what embalming does. That's what embalming does for this creature. Normally embalming means that you just bring out a copy of it. Normally, I mean, I would say in token fashion, but I don't know if all of them are going to come out in a token. I mean, you could even, if you don't have the token for it, you can just bring it out in a die. You know, a 1 on a 6-sided die would represent your 1/1. So yeah, that's lifelink and embalm. Next we have this is one of my favorite creatures. This has cycling on it. Cycling came out in the newest set, which is the newest set right there. That is Amonkhet. That's the newest set of Magic that came out. Another one is coming out next month. I don't remember what the date is on that one, but it's called pre-release for Magic. But cycling, if I pay 2 colorless mana, I can take this card, and instead of putting it down on the battlefield or whatever, I pay 2 mana and I discard this card and pick up another one from my library. So say if I didn't like this creature, I could put this in the graveyard, pay the 2 mana, and bring out another card. Or actually swap that around a little bit. It's actually, you pay 2 mana, you put it in the graveyard, and you pick up another one. That's what cycling is. This is a great creature because it's a 7/7. I love high-powered creatures. That's why my mill deck is strong and mill. So it's strong cards, strong creatures, and all that. Normally going to be in your green cards, in your green color. So on to the next one. We have Bestow. This is also an enchantment, but it can also be its own creature. That's why it has 4/4 on it, and it looks like a creature by itself, which it's really both. If you pay its bestow cost, which in this case is 2 white mana and 5 colorless mana, you put it as an enchantment on another creature, which that creature would then gain flying and first strike. And it also gets the 4/4 that this creature has. So it not only say if I put it on this 7/7, that now means that this creature is now an 11/11 with wrong card. First strike and flying. So that just makes it a really big creature. Maybe I'll show you another card in my library, my mill deck that I just recently got and love the card. It's called Consuming Aberration. You can go search this card. I'm most likely going to show it to you. It is an awesome mill card. But anyways, so flying. I guess I don't need another card with flying in it. But flying means, okay, with a normal creature, I'll explain it this way. A normal creature, it attacks on the ground. When it has flying, another card has to have reach or flying in order to defend this creature. So flying basically means it's like an air creature. It's an airplane, kind of like an airstrike. You could think of it as that. So first strike. Now when normally an attack happens, both creatures come in and hit together. First strike means that this creature hits first. So that other creature is down by by the toughness of that creature. So say with this card it's a 4/4, so that other card's going to be down 4. already. It's already going to be down 4. And then the normal attacking happens. So this creature's down by 4. Now it has to still be able to defend itself enough that the other creature won't kill it. Now, sometimes that doesn't even happen. Sometimes that creature will die. Like, say, with my 7/7, it would go down, let's see, to 7, 6, 5, 4. It'd go down with 3/3. And then this card's going to hit it back with another 4/4 again. But they're going to be attacking together now. Now that 3/3 is going to die now, or the 7/7 would die in this case, because it's what it originally was, and then it went down 4. It went down by 4. And so this is what this card is. It is a enchantment and a creature. So you can play it as a creature but the only way to bestow it is if you bestow it from your hand. That's what bestow says. Cast this card. If you pay this card for its bestow cost, it's an Aurora spell with enchant creature. So enchanted creature gains this if not attached to a creature. So you cast this card from your hand down onto a creature, you're paying its bestow cost, and now that creature gains 4/4, first strike, and flying. It is an intense creature. So, that's that. Now we have Reach and Monstrosity. Reach, defense against flying creatures. I just talked to you about flying creatures. Now, Monstrosity, if I pay 3 green mana and 3 colorless mana, I put 3 1/1 counters on this creature and it becomes Monstrous. So it's a 6/6 already. Imagine with the 3/3, it's just going to make it a 9/9. That's a big creature. And when this becomes monstrous, destroy target creature with flying from the other opponent. It's amazing card text. I love this creature. So, that's Reach and Monstrosity. Now, we have the Boston Inventor, which is a 4/4 creature, and it has Improvise and Hexproof. Now, Improvise, that means that you can use this card to pay 1 less for artifacts. So if your artifact's a 5 and say you only have 4 mana, well, having this card out beforehand, it will now go out for a mana cost of 4. So, that's Improvise. Hexproof means that this card is immune to spells and abilities. So that means if your creature, say if you put down an instant card that says destroy target creature and enchantment, this creature is unaffected by it because it has hexproof. And an ability like the creature says, it destroys a target creature, then this creature still doesn't die because of its hexproof. So really the only way you can destroy this creature is by hitting it head on with another creature. So if I took like my 6/6, here and used it and this was attacking this creature would die then because of this 6/6. Only way to kill it is by attacking it. So the next one we have, and this is from an Amonkhet, it's called what's it called now? Exert. Exert. Now, Exert is good. It can also be bad. One of my creature cards. Now, I don't have. This isn't that card I'm talking about right now. But that card says if I exert it, I get to put a creature down without paying its mana cost, which I have to say is amazing. Because if you have like a 9/9 creature in there, if you have Consuming Apparition in there, you just put that creature down and exert that one, and that's it. Just exert that creature and you put down that one creature that's so big. It's amazing. You could even put a card down that's called Triskaidekaphobia, which Triskaidekaphobia even means the fear of 13. This card has 13 written all over it. Its power and toughness is 13. Even in the picture, it's 13. You have to pay 13 mana cost. It's just Triskaidekaphobia, So in this case, when you exert this card, when it enters the battlefield, you may. Okay, if I sacrifice another creature. Wait, this one doesn't have exert on it, does it? Another creature, if I do, it deals damage to that. Okay, this one doesn't have exert on it. I'm sorry. Exert can add 1/1 creature to it. It adds pretty much anything. But the downside to exerting a creature is that it won't untap during its next untap phase. So that means it takes 2 turns before that card comes back into play again, which is kind of a devastation. So the next card I want to talk about has what I love. It is called Death Touch. And Death Touch, no matter how strong this creature is, it kills the other creature. So that other creature is a 10/10. It's dead because of Death Touch. And this little guy also has Reach. And it's just a 1/2. And it can kill a 10/10. It could kill a 50/50. Which, I've never seen a creature that big, but, I mean, like, 50/50, it kills it? Wow! This is a good creature to chump block with. Just because it kills the other creature. You don't want that big creature on that battlefield anymore? You kill it with this little guy. It's amazing. That's what Death Touch is. Now, there's another one called Indestructible, and I don't remember what Indestructible is. I think Indestructible deals something with, like, its power and toughness is equal. No, it's not that. I don't remember what it is. You can always look that one up, and I'm gonna try to figure out how to to figure out the difference between the both of them, and then I'll tell you the difference between those. But this card here has what's called Evolve. It also has Reach on it. Evolve means that whenever this creature enters the battlefield under your control, which some people can take cards from your hand, you can take cards. That's why it says whenever the creature enters your battlefield. Under your control, if that creature has a power or toughness, has greater power or toughness than this creature, put a 1/1 counter on this creature. So anytime I lay a creature it can have a power toughness of, if it has a toughness of 4, this creature gets a 1/1 counter. If that creature has more than a 1 power toughness, this gets a 1/1 counter on it. So if I put 2 creatures down that are just 1 higher than this in any of these 2 senses, then this gets a 1/1 counter on it. Amazing. So this 1/3 can eventually be like a 5 something. You know, it could be big. Alright, so we've already gone over flying. This is one of my other flying creatures. It's small, but flying is amazing. Then I have, now this creature, I love this creature because it's a 6/7 and it has hexproof. So I have like 3, maybe 4 cards in my mill deck that have hexproof in them. Not going to come out too often, and this has a high expensive cost on it. It is a 6 mana cost to come out, 2 green and 4 colorless. But it also is a 6/7. That's why I love this card. I actually got this card in Amaket, and it is now, well, I'll talk about this later. There's different colors for the set. I don't know if you can see that really well, but that is silver. Silver is one of the other colors. You have black, silver, gold, and then it's a darkish red kind of a color, which is your highest one. One of my best creatures. Now you were waiting for this one. It's Trample, and it's devastating. So, Trample. This card, now, most of the time red is not going to have Trample in it. Red is normally a put out fast kind of a color. Normally going to see this in green. Trample, what it does is, if say a creature has 1/1, actually let's bring out the creature I had before. Let's bring out my Slaughter Drone now. The Slaughter Drone has 2/2. If you were to use this creature to defend this one, the damage that's left over of this one is going to go to the player. So this is a 2-3. This is a 2-3 with trample. This is a 2-2. Now, in this case, with this being a 2-2, no damage is going to go over. And actually, these two creatures would end up these two creatures would end up killing themselves because of their power and toughness. But if I brought out my creature with Evolve on it, this creature would do one more damage, would do 1 damage to the target player. Amazing. I have a creature in my mill deck that is a 5/5 with trample. So 5/5 with trample, I mean, against a 2/2, that's already 3 damage that goes to the player. That is amazing stuff right there. My own friend has a green deck that just wants to get out cards with trample and wants to get out a lot of cards. Trample is just devastating when you don't have anything that's stronger than it. It's terrible. It's really terrible. So that's what I wanted to talk about today with Magic. Hopefully in my next video we'll see if I can get to that. I want to play with somebody else and show you, a game with somebody else. I've showed you gameplay already with my mill deck, and I've shown you a bunch of different card types. Now, the card types that I have told are not all of the different kinds of card types. There are many more different card types. So many different more. Actually, not card types, abilities. I shouldn't have said abilities. No, sorry, not abilities. Oh, well, I can't remember right now. But anyways, since that creature has trample, it is amazing. And imagine a creature with trample and hexproof. Wow! Not only could do damage, any damage that goes to that target player. Wow! With a creature that has now, the only time that damage goes to the player is when a card has trample on it, or has been given trample. So, I know this video is kind of long. For most videos, I normally don't go 20-some minutes. I'm looking at the clock right now, and it's just 27 minutes going on, 28. So, that's gonna do it for today's video. I'm actually gonna link a video in the description that will give you all of the different colors that there are in Magic, and their what they're known to, what their basic premise is. Like green wants to be is kind of all about strength, and it's all about getting out that strong creature out there. Blue is about knowledge. That's just 2 of them. The other ones I'm gonna let you find out in that other video. Have an awesome day. Have a great party. And I'll see you in the next video.